It's December 2nd. It is inching ever so closer to Christmas. Therefore, I am wearing red, and there's green lights behind me.
Yes, 23 days if I'm good at math.
25 minus 2. Yes, 23. I did that in my head. I'm so proud of myself.
Yay.
Hi, this is the Soule of Wisdom. I'm Dan. She's Beth.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. So we're going to talk about 3 different topics at 3 different times, just like we do every weekday. It will be fun. But we started something yesterday, and we need to start with that. If you're visually gifted, you get to play along. If you are listening on the podcast side, you're just going to have to play along.
Yeah.
Star Wars Advent Calendar. We need to open up day number 2 and find out what it is. It's a bag of stuff, and it's whatever that is. I think it's another vehicle thing, maybe?
I think it's a vehicle.
They
It looks like a
vehicles
vehicle.
in this thing.
Well,
Okay.
It is Star Wars. There are a lot of vehicles in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, here it is. It's this guy right here.
Okay.
I guarantee it. So some kind of like fighter. Yeah. So you have to tune into segment 2 now, because at segment 2 I will have turned this random bag of goodies into whatever that vehicle is. And if you don't tune in, you'll miss out, and then you'll be sad.
Yeah.
So segment 2 posts at noon Eastern, so be sure that you get there. Before we get into segment 1 topic, please do consider visiting us at soulewisdom.com, S-O-U-L-E wisdom.com. We have many gifts to offer at our various stores. Most of them are handmade. They are special. They have meaning. They are gifts that people love to receive, and we still have time to get them to you.
And we do custom orders.
And we do custom orders as well, and if you get on that, we can make that happen too.
Yep, there's still time for that.
So, but you got to visit us, and you got to do that, and give something better this year
Yeah.
than what you might have given in the past. Support small business. Support people like us.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to buy something, that our tip jar is also available at soulewisdom.com if you want to support the show.
Yes.
All right. So we have a topic to get into, but before I pull it up on Mr. Browser, what have I been saying forever now about what a business's primary purpose is?
To take money.
Yes. Boil it all down to the very simple thing. The purpose of a business is to make money. It is to take your customers' money. Now, obviously, there's an exchange that happens. You take their money because you're offering them something, but that's what you exist to do. What have I said it is not the job of a business to do?
Take sides.
Exactly. Make political statements, stuff like that. You're there to take their money.
Last week I brought up Superstore on the show, and I'm going to bring it up again. There's also another holiday kind of Superstore that's Mateo is doing a toy drive to try to help with his ability to become a citizen, and there's like a conflict where there's this like Salvation Army type person outside, and so it kind of ensues as a competition between the toy drive and the Salvation Army. And Amy, who's the store manager at the time, comes out and is trying to eliminate the Salvation Army people. And he throws a fit, and all the customers gather around because, everybody likes to see an argument that's happening. And the customers start yelling at Amy, and they're like, I bet they charge more for their goods than they actually pay for them, and I bet they keep the money too. And it's just funny because that's exactly what a store is designed to do.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they're designed to do. That's their sole purpose, is to make money through the exchange of goods. It is not to make political statements. But there's been disagreement with me on that. There was actually a couple of comments on the video that we did regarding Nike and their political statements and stuff that kind of took the opposite view. And that's fine. We don't mind. Oh, by the way, if you're looking at my finger on the visually gifted side, we were painting earlier today. Yet again, I have paint on me.
We were painting a reindeer.
Yeah, we were painting a reindeer. Exactly.
It's reindeer brown.
So we can plug one of our other YouTube channels. We seem to have many all of a sudden. Abstract Soul. You can search for that on YouTube, and you'll find videos of us doing our artwork.
We'll link it down below.
Yeah, and pretty soon we'll have that reindeer video up.
Yeah.
So anywho, let's go to Mr. Browser before I completely get off track here, because I'm apt to do that today, I think. So this from Fox Business. I've been saying don't get into politics with your business. Most voters want corporations to focus on business rather than going woke, says a survey.
Yes.
Huh. Once again, Dan knew what he was talking about. Weird.
Not just you, me too.
No, you too.
Okay.
We're the collective, Dan. See,
Oh,
the
okay.
problem is you don't get on camera, so they don't know your face.
That's probably better.
No, you're more attractive than I am. But the visually gifted side only knows the podcast from, at least visually, from me.
That's fair.
So it kind of makes us the collective Dan. Now, on the audio side, we're probably the collective Beth, because I guarantee you they like your voice better than they like mine. So, that.
All right.
It just depends on how you look at it.
All right. Tell us about the survey.
Okay. A new survey shows a deep disconnect between the American public and corporations regarding the push to promote social issues. A business survey released by Brunswick Insights, first reported by Axios, shows that a majority of American consumers would prefer corporations to steer clear of politics.
I wonder why.
According to the survey, 63% of corporate executives agree unequivocally that companies should speak out on social issues, compared to only 36% of voters who want companies to do so. Seems there's a disconnect.
Yep.
As the data show, the organizational impulse to weigh in on any and all social issues is disregarded by audiences, disconnected from what people want, and even diminishing to corporate reputation. The study explains that companies fall into what Brunswick calls the talking trap, which involves businesses speaking out on every topic because they believe they're supposed to or are expected to. The talking trap doesn't imply insincerity on anyone's part. Ironically, the data show that organizations and corporations leaning into social issues feel they're doing the right thing, particularly that they have to act right now. A majority of corporate executives, 74%, think their communication on social issues is effective, compared to just 39% of voters thinking it's effective. The effort may come from a place of earnest engagement, but it isn't perceived that way.
Well, it seems fake.
Data shows that more than 60% of voters believe companies only speak on social issues to look better to consumers, while 57% of executives believes that companies speak out on social issues because they want to achieve real change.
It's like the social media accounts that don't actually have any substance and they just do all like retweets or like reposts of everything. That's what it seems like when these companies like jump on these bandwagons, because they're like, yeah, me too. Okay, but there's nothing in your history to show that you ever thought this until today. Fishy.
Yeah, exactly. And
eventually the consumers start to see through that.
Yeah. Well, and they see through it because it wasn't what the company was designed to do. Now, if you were a media company, right, and it was by design that you speak on issues, okay.
Like CNN or Fox or...
Yes.
Yeah.
There is news divisions there and opinion divisions there. That's what they're designed to do.
Yep.
During the day, they mainly speak news. At night, they mainly speak opinion. Okay. That's the game there. But if you are to go back to them from previous shows, Nike, and you make shoes and apparel, you weren't designed to also be a social justice warrior. So essentially, they'll claim, and this was actually claimed in one of the comments on the other video, was that that this was part of their brand. And no, it's not. It takes them off brand. It is redefining what their brand should be. Their brand should be shoes and apparel. And they should make the case for why theirs is better than everybody else's. If you are a runner or a basketball player or whatever, you need this brand because we offer this.
Well, yeah, otherwise there's, things like charities and everything else that are designed to help promote social causes. And there are things like that exist, and that's their sole purpose.
Yeah.
But that's different than a corporation that's designed to make a profit. Those things are designed not to make a profit.
Well, when you go off brand too, this has been my biggest thing with not getting political with your brands, is when you do that, you take yourself, out of consideration for people who don't agree with the angle that you're trying to take.
Well, yeah, you're pissing people off.
Yeah, whereas if you just promote your product and explain to the world why this is the product to have, then instead of taking yourself out of frame for some people, you're putting yourself in everybody's frame.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how your politics line up with your customers' politics. It has to do with they have a product, they have a need, they meet.
I have to think for a certain majority of, maybe not majority, but a select group on either side of the aisle, regardless of what your beliefs are, that in this particular day and age, I would say, at least going back to the first Trump election, that everything has become so political everywhere that if I go to the mall and I'm walking around and looking at stores, which, I really don't do anymore, but as a hypothetical, I don't want to have to sit there and think, oh, do they support what I believe? That's not the point. I think for some people that has to just be infuriating because you don't want to have to make those decisions to support a brand just based on what they believe, because if you want a product, you should be able to buy it without politics interlaced. It's just infuriating.
Exactly. And again, as a company, I don't understand why you'd want to get into that mess. It takes you down a road that is just distracting and time wasting. Politics is for the dinner table. That's where families have these discussions and these debates and stuff like that. It isn't for the mall.
Yeah.
My personal opinion. But apparently it's not just my personal opinion or your personal opinion. Apparently it is a majority of Americans.
Yeah.
So that
at
was
least
nice
according to that poll.
At least according to that poll. And I'd like to believe that it validates the fact that we weren't in the minority on this one. I never felt like we were.
No.
It's just, why do you want to live your lives jumping to your point about having to consider what the politics are of a business and all of that? Why do you want to live your life having to jump through all these hoops?
Well, nobody should go...
Just be able to do stuff.
Nobody should have to go to the grocery store and be like, okay, there's 3 different brands of peanut butter to choose from. Does this brand support Black Lives Matter? Because that's the only way I'm going to buy that brand of peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't... Just buy which one you like. Like, if you're selling products, you shouldn't be making those associations to your brand anyway.
Give it time. As ESG continues to grow, there's probably going to come a time where right next to the nutritional information, they're going to have to put their social cause positions.
Yeah, there'll be like little symbols and stuff. Yeah.
Nothing would surprise me. Give it time. Hopefully we don't get there, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
Or there'll be an app where you can scan the barcode and it'll pull up their positions on everything right into an app on your phone.
Yeah. We don't need that.
No.
Just be able to buy stuff. And corporations, shut up. Just sell your product. You have one job. Do that job.
Yeah.
All right. We good?
We're good.
We're good. All right. We will be back at noon. In the meantime, please do visit us, soulwisdom.com. And you have to tune back in at noon because you need to see what this bag of stuff turns into.
Yeah.
We'll see you at noon. Thanks.